Something really scary has been happening recently, and I'm not even sure people realize it yet because it's happening so quietly, so gradually, and so deliberately. It almost feels like we're being conditioned for it, trained, slowly brainwashed into accepting it into our everyday norms. If you don't know what I'm talking about AI generated content. And I've talked about this a lot on my channel, but recently it has just blown up, I feel like. I've been seeing this new AI generated song called I Run on my For You page constantly. Like, it is just being pushed by the algorithm, pushed, and people are making videos to it and they're being like, oh, this is good despite being AI, you know? And every time I click the not interested button, it just pops up again, and I swear it's because the algorithm just wants me to hear this song, and I don't want to hear that garbage. But anyways, I've been seeing a lot of people hating on it, for sure, but I've also seen a lot of people praising it for sounding so good despite being AI. And that's just my point. I feel like this is a tactic for us to get used to the AI sound, to normalize the sound and accept it into our society, and then eventually prefer it. And the thing is, it's catchy, sure. But catchy is easy. Catchy is mathematical and can be reverse engineered. Human art cannot. And yet, somehow we're still watching this giant cultural shift happen in real time right in front of us. And we're being told not to question it. And matter of fact, it's being shoved down our throats. And AI is just playing such a huge role in the world right now. And I find that kind of scary. I was in grade 12, so my last year of high school when AI first came out. I think ChatGPT came out that year. And that's when it started to kind of take off for writing essays with AI and blah, blah, blah. And it was all exciting and new. And I was trying to think back at what I remembered AI being before that. And even the word AI, I don't know. I don't even know if AI was even in my vocabulary before. I think it was when we were talking about robots and, stuff like sci-fi movies. And now it is just there. And I get that's how cultures flow, and we kind of ebb and flow and go towards the future with new stuff, and we all have to adapt. But it just feels really, really fast, and we don't have the proper precautions yet to protect us against some of the threats that can be coming with AI. Scammers and revenge porn and all those things that can be done as a danger to us. And that is so scary to think about, that literally I'm starting to create code names with my family so that if a scammer ever tries to contact them saying that they're me, that we have this code name, because it is actually getting very, very terrifying. But now we're watching AI generated content top charts, guys. We're watching labels sign deals with AI generated artists, which I don't even know how that works. And all of this is being packaged and done up with a pretty little bow and said to be innovation towards the future, towards creative freedom. Yeah, okay. But there is so much being taken from us. Today, many new artists and actors popping up on charts and billboards and film promotion and even magazines are not real. They're not musicians. They're not actors. They are marketing products manufactured to live by the trends, sell, and go viral. That is all. Have you guys heard of the AI generated artist Breaking Rust? Breaking Rust's single, Walk My Walk, debuted at #1 on the Billboard Country Digital Songs chart. And it is bad, guys. What you're picturing for AI slop, just picture 10 times worse. This brooding cowboy was literally created in a branding meeting for marketing. That is hilarious and sad at the same time. I don't even know how to feel about it. With the lyrics of these songs, they are so bad. I need to read you some of the lyrics. You can kick rocks if you don't like how I talk. I'm gonna keep on talking and walk my walk. Ain't changing my tone, ain't changing my song. I was born this way, been loud too long. You can hate my style, you can roll your eyes, but I ain't slowing down. I was born to rise. So kick them rocks if you don't like how I talk. I'm gonna keep on talking and walk my walk. Okay, Dr. Seuss. 1, 2, buckle my shoe ass song. It's like I can't even express to you how awful. We live in hell. The bar is in hell. We are in hell. We live in hell. And the best part is, all of these AI musicians are trained on real artists, real musicians who've spent years and decades honing their craft and have permission from these artists. It doesn't compensate them. It just uses their voices and shits out more garbage content that gets put out so that we pay more money, and then we just go in this giant circle of paying money to hear sloppy things. It's like imagine you are an artist who spent years and years and years writing songs and getting better at your craft and honing in on it and trying to learn and making yourself better and pushing yourself and not wanting to do it one day because you're so tired, but you just keep doing it, only for an algorithm to just steal it and recreate it in 5 seconds and push you out of your own lane. And there are actually people that are listening to it. The AI artist that doesn't even exist that is stealing your sound, it is topping charts. And your music, not even being looked at, because the machine is always faster and it is cheaper. And it never needs a day off because it's never sick. Like, I'm sorry if this is calling you out, but the people that talk to AI like a therapist, like, come on, there's not one person you can go to talk about that with. Like, oh my God, I get it. Therapy is expensive. That's why I am not in therapy, and I sure as hell need it. But, I just deal with it like the rest of us. Good old-fashioned human suffering, baby, and that is what pays the bills. That is what writes the songs, and that is what creates the movies. It can't all be easy. It can't all be breezy. You need to be uncomfortable sometimes. That's just the way it goes. I'm just actually crazily pissed off at this, like, guys. Anyways, Spotify has now started this thing where they're openly experimenting at adding AI to playlists. Labels have quietly flooded playlists with AI artists and have not disclosed it to anybody. They did not disclose that the songs weren't made by humans. And the listeners, unfortunately, didn't know. I don't know how. It sounds like garbage, but okay. But anyways, they just saw names and new songs and new artists that appeared out of nowhere. No history, no photos, no concerts, and suddenly they're pushing millions of streams because AI doesn't need time or effort. It can make 100 new songs in one night, and if one goes viral, well, that's profit. I get why people are curious and interested by the fact that there is something that we have in technology that is taking such great strides towards the future, literally is now competing with humans. Like, it sounds human-like-ish to the point where I can understand why people are like, like, that's odd, like, that's interesting. That's where the brainwashing comes in, because that's what they want you to do, no matter how you're talking about it, good or bad. Like, what I'm doing now, I probably should not be talking about it right now, because no matter how you talk about it, good or bad, you are bringing more streams to the music because you're talking about it. You're bringing people, you're getting more people curious about it, and now they're listening to the song, seeing for themselves. They're curious about if the song sounds good for being AI, and then that just gets millions and millions of streams, and then that's how they get you. We are the reward. Now let's talk about the film industry, because obviously I am in the film industry. The music one I can't really speak on because I'm not in the music industry, but the film one I can talk about all day long. First thing I hear when I'm hanging around people in or adjacent to the industry is, aren't you worried they're going to steal our jobs? And it is annoying, because why is that even a question? Why are we competing? Like, I don't even understand why that would even be like a competition. Why is that even in the vocabulary of the creative world. But of course, they're making these big strides about how this is a tool for the future. And of course, it's starting now. 2024 and 2025, a little bit of this synthetic AI actress started emerging. And I don't even want to say its name because I don't want you guys to Google it. I don't want any more attention going to this thing. Anyways, it's Tilly Norwood. She was created entirely out of AI generative tools by this talent agency, but she was marketed as a real performer. But you know what? The backlash from the acting and film community was intense and quick, rightly so. SAG-AFTRA, which is the actor union, publicly condemned her introduction, arguing that she cannot be considered an actor because she has no real lived experience. Acting is rooted in humanity. Tilly has absolutely none. She's just actually a compilation of everybody else's hard work spliced together to create something shittier. But you know what? Big ups to SAG-AFTRA because they are always ride or die for the actors, and I appreciate them so much. You know what? Matter of fact, every union, because every union was striking. Do you remember during the strike, which was really crazy and interesting, big film production companies were trying to do was hire extras, the people in the backgrounds of movies, for one singular day, take a copy of their face and AI splice it as CG in the backgrounds of all the other movies so that they don't have to pay actors for more days of work. Oh my God, I can't, what do we live in? How is that humanity anymore? I'm sorry for getting heated, guys. I just genuinely cannot fathom that response. The good thing is that we still have agencies and unions and SAG-AFTRA. We still have those, which is really good. And that's what we need to do. We need to stand together as these creative industries fall apart. We need to stand together and back each other up against these corporations, because these corporations aren't going to do shit for us, We need to stand together and be humans together. The actors spoke out. The union spoke out, and they all said it was crazy and they did not approve it all. Agents were pressured not to represent AI talent. Great. Fantastic. Hollywood has really tried to spend decades trying to get rid of human labor costs because they can't just spend extra money on their millions and billions of dollar budget films. Imagine grinding your whole life, going through audition and getting rejected and going through the heartbreak of just being a creative person, only to be told that a studio prefers a synthetic face that doesn't need to be paid, never ages, never asks for better or even good working conditions, never gets tired, never complains, never goes on strike. They can generate 100 new performances overnight, rewrite their personality with a slider, a perfect, compliant, cheap, and customizable workforce. AI actors are the perfect solution for people who don't care about art and only care about profit. Major labels are partnering with AI platforms at an industry level. Warner Music Group just signed a licensing agreement with the AI tool Suno, giving Suno access to artists' voices and their names, create new music under their brand. A global label opening the door for synthetic music to coexist or replace actual humans. Meanwhile, researchers studying AI music datasets have found massive biases. Global North music is heavily overrepresented. Global South music is often underrepresented and distorted. Cultural traditions flattened into stereotypes. Complex musical identities get misinterpreted and blended together into this generic mush. AI is erasing diversity and culture and the fun in creating, erasing expressions that come with communities, it's erasing traditions and real life experience. And the part that bothers me the most is that it'll always be called a tool. Like AI is like a paintbrush or like a synthesizer, but no paintbrush is ever being used to replace painters. A camera is never supposed to replace actors. Instruments are not supposed to be used to replace musicians. It stops being a tool at a certain point. It becomes a factory that can just hand out content endlessly with no soul. But then again, after saying all this, I often get this question quite a bit, especially working in the industry. Aren't you worried that AI will take your job? And while it's disgusting that these big corporations and these companies are using us as a prize for their corporate capitalism and their AI slop music, I'm not worried. I had a lot of time to think about this topic, especially going through film school. And being surrounded by such creative and interesting people all day long, it made me realize I'm not worried. Each of us has a different life story that is unique, that cannot be replicated. And that's what makes art so special. To be able to share with one another the way we feel and why we feel the way we do is special in itself and something that AI will never get to experience. To be able to relate to one another on a human level, to be able to understand mourning and grief, and not just when you lose somebody, but when someone you love loses somebody, and the way that that affects you through human connection. It will never understand loneliness. It will never understand heartbreak. And most importantly, and number one, it will never understand the human connection, how important it is, and how it keeps the world going round. It will never understand the feeling that we get when we watch a movie and we see all these people that inspire us to do these great things. Never understand why that child became a doctor because they wanted to change the world and heal people. Because it will never understand the hurt you have to have in order to want to heal people. It doesn't understand the depth that comes with being a human, and that it's not just heartbreak. It's heartbreak because you spent years and years with this person, because they raised you, because they held you when you were sick, because the long nights you shared talking together, because the kiss you shared together. It will never understand how we are. So when people ask me, are you worried that AI will replace us? The answer will always be no. AI could never do what we do, and I have full faith in that. Anyways, hi, I'm Isabella, and thank you for listening and joining me today. I know this one, oh my god, guys, I know. Thinking, Isabella, another AI video. And I know, I saw this beautiful video when I was scrolling on TikTok the other day, and it was like to Laura Palmer's theme from Twin Peaks. And it was just the most beautiful part in the song. And it was just showing all of the hard work that actors have put in and how beautiful acting has been over the years and all these beautiful acting moments. And then I scroll and this grating song plays again. And I'm like, oh my God, no way it just played after like... That's when I got the idea for this video, because I was like, wow, I need to talk about how garbage these songs are. This one is a little bit different, so I'm going to be back on my Stranger Things soon. I have watched the new season, Volume 1 of Stranger Things, so I will be talking about that soon. I might wait until Volume 2 comes out, though, so I can just recap all of it at once. But yeah, I just wanted to make this video because I wanted to be like, okay, cute, talk about AI a little bit, because I feel like I've been talking about a lot of like dark history and stuff like that. I've just been kind of in that mood. If you would like Stranger Things soon, it is coming, it is coming, it is coming, you will be fed. But if not, there are other things like this. If you like this, there are some different kind of stuff. There might be a dark history coming up, who knows, if you guys are interested in that. Anyways, if you like today's video, you should hit that like button because it really helps me out. And like always, if you had fun this time, you should subscribe because I guarantee you'll have fun next time, because I do post every other Monday. Anyways, love ya, great to see ya, and I will see you next time. Bye.